This week on Hobie Outdoor Adventures Road Trip Edition, we're driving to Texas searching for largemouth bass after Keaton and Morgan spent a day chasing bull reds in the Gulf of Mexico at Port Fourchon. They're heading west to Toledo Bend Lake, one of the best fisheries in the country. Welcome to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Each week, we'll take the Hobies and peruse the country in search of adventure, fun, and fish. Whether we're drifting a stream, dissecting a lake, or covering an ocean, we'll show you the tips and tactics to make your next trip successful. Come with us, set your sail, and discover what life in a Hobie is all about. This is Hobie Outdoor Adventures Road Trip Edition. The Hobie Outdoor Adventures Road Trip Edition has come to its last stop this year. We're at Toledo Bend Reservoir, the largest man-made lake in the southern United States. Keaton and Morgan get a chance to try some early spring bass fishing on Hobie kayaks.
We just made a long drive from Louisiana to get to Lake Toledo Bend here in Texas. And our next species that we really want to target are some largemouth bass. We're hoping for one that's pushing double digits, 10 pounds or something like that. We know they're in here, but we'll be stoked with whatever. We always have a good time on the water anyways.
Yesterday, Morgan and I packed up our things from Fourchon and headed west, headed home. I'm going to be dropping Morgan off in Austin, Texas tomorrow to catch his plane. We had one day on the water. I called my good buddy Stephen Johnston with Johnston's Guide Service. I said, Stephen, we need some fish. Can you point us in the right direction? He gave us a couple of creeks to go to, let us know where we could launch, and we hit the water.
Okay, I'll show you how to convert into ninja mode. Remove the hat, take the ninja mask, put it over your nose and mouth. And you take the ninja hood and put it over here. Put your sunglasses on, the sun ain't gonna touch you. Wah! You could only see a couple hundred yards on the water, and as we were going through the fog, we were just passing bass boat after bass boat after bass boat. I've never seen so many guys fishing. I mean, it's a Saturday morning, but coming from California and not being much of a bass fisherman, I haven't seen that many boats on the water with guys trying to target one species.
Looks good. You just gotta throw it real slow. Here we go. Nah, that was a little one. Wasn't there. Wasn't there when I set the hook, but I felt something. Try to fish nice and slow. My favorite place to fish is right at the back of Morgan's boat, because there's nothing better than catching a fish right underneath your buddy.
So today I'm fishing out of the Hobie MIRAGE OUTBACK. It's a smaller boat. It's a little bit more light and nimble, easier to get on and off of the car. And Keaton's on the Pro Angler. There's some advantages to that. He can stand up. He's got a lot more room. He's got horizontal rod storage. But I have gone for the nimble option. So we'll see how these two boats play out. In these calm conditions, I can stand up and fish. If the wind comes up, he's gonna be the one standing and fishing. So hopefully it stays nice and calm like it is.
Morgan's got his OUTBACK rigged with a Hobie live well, which gives him 3 additional rod holders. He's got 4 on the boat already. And then of course I've got the horizontal rod holders on the PA-12, and really I just jumped in this one first so I could stand up and fish. He's young, he can take it.
That's cheating. You get to stand up, you got the power pole, you got the fish finder. There's no excuse for you today. Show me how it's done, Ov. In your home state. There's a bite. All right. We got a jumper. First fish of the day, Keat. Nice to get that bit of confidence going. Buck bass, buck bass. It's my new word.
You're not allowed to catch another one until I do, you know that.
Oh, as I was backing up.
Oh, did you get a hook?
Yeah, it's another little one.
You're backing up out and...
Another little buck bass. Oh, there's a bite.
Dang, boy, you're gonna make me change baits.
All right. They're getting bigger, Keat.
So I watched Morgan catch 3 on this creature bait. And I was casting a Senko. We were kind of fishing different water, but he's been doing the catching, so we're gonna play off teamwork, and I'm making some changes and see if I can't get on the board.
When those coots move across the water, they make a noise.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen so many of them in my life.
All right, finally.
You're on the board.
Man, Morgan, can you see this one, Morgan? Definitely bigger than yours.
Now that wind's picking up, I'm kind of jealous you got the power pole.
I hope it comes into my advantage. Quite nice in the shallow water.
This episode of Hobie Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Power Pole Micro Anchor. Swift, silent, secure, and small. Lowrance HDS Gen 3 for anglers who want it all. And by AFTCO, American Fishing Tackle Company. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures Road Trip Edition. We're on the south end of Toledo Bend, Texas.
Toledo Bend is a great lake, great spring lake. It's, man, it and Sam Rayburn are the two of Texas' top lakes. You always hear about Lake Fork, but these old lakes really produce a lot of good fish. There were a ton of boats on the water. There were fishermen everywhere. Today it started off really foggy and overcast. It was warm, but the fish were just really slow this morning, and we think the fog had a lot to do with that. So as the day heated up, the fishing heated up, and it just got better.
We tried the left side of the creek first, and it was still foggy. We were making a lot of casts, but not many bites. We pulled the odd one here and there. So we decided to move and try the other side where the sun was kind of starting to peek out a little bit and hit more. What are you throwing, boy?
Senko.
Is it a little bit deeper in there now?
Yeah, it's pretty nice in here. If I was a big fish, I'd be hanging out in here. The thing about throwing a Senko or a brush hog is how well you rig the bait. And having the proper hook with that bait and having it rigged properly, weedless, especially on a grassy lake like this, allows you to cover the water thoroughly and not pull in a bunch of vegetation every time you reel in. And when that bait looks right, the fish will take it. There it goes, a good one. Yeah, baby, come on.
Is it a good one, Keith?
Yeah, I got about a 4-pounder.
Right
Oh,
on.
maybe 6, come on. Come on, girl. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Yeah, 6 pounds, baby. Maybe 5.5. Woo! Oh, finally. Morgan's been kicking my butt again, but I think I just made up for it in one fish. She's pretty, look at that belly. Beautiful, beautiful fish. You, my girl. I went back to my Senko, and Morgan had been kicking my butt on a brush hog all morning, so I switched. I just wasn't comfortable. I was pulling up too much grass. Went back to the Senko, came around this point. There's a deep creek in here. Right off that point, bam, hooked up, and I knew it was a good fish. I saw her flash, and just waited to get her in. So I'm very happy with this one here today. That's a great start. Beauty, 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 beauty.
It's about time Keaton caught a nice fish.
I know.
He's been working hard and trying different things, and it paid off. I'm gonna come sneak up on his spot and poach him and catch an even bigger one. This water's pretty clear, huh?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful in here. There we go. Oh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Morgan is gonna be jealous. Oh, I'm almost got him, Morgan.
He's a lunker too.
I'm catching up fast.
I think you already overtook me. That one fish probably weighed more than...
This is just
4 or
one of the
5.
babies from her. See you, buddy.
Oh my God, dude. I see a big one.
Yeah.
I see a big one.
Morgan sees a big one. Where at?
Right here.
She on a bed?
No, she's just cruising by a log.
Oh, he sees her again. Sweet, sweet little creek back here. I feel like we found a honey hole because there are about 15 boats out on the main creek.
It's what the kayaks are awesome for, man.
Yeah, getting back in here out of the way.
Yeah.
You get a bump?
Yep.
There you go.
Right under
There
that
you go,
log.
buddy. Oh, she's on the other side.
I know. That's not the one I saw though.
That was some persistent effort there.
It's so hard working that bait so slow. You gotta be so patient with these Senkos. I was barely moving it. That's another tubby fish. Look at that belly.
Oh yeah, these fish have been feeding up good.
It's crazy.
Maybe we found a little concentration back here. If we can get one or two more out of here, that will be excellent.
One or two more like your one.
Oh well, that's I
That
don't count the other ones, Morgan.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a bite. It's the better one. Oh yeah. All right. It's starting to get to be a beautiful day here. The sun's starting to come out. Fish are biting a little bit better. See that brush hog? That's what I've been catching them on. Thank you, sir, or lady. They're getting better. I just need a 5-pounder like yours, Keith.
Hobie Outdoor Adventures will be right back with more largemouth from Toledo Bend. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures Road Trip Edition. Now, in most years around this time, the end of February, the fish have already made a huge push. Some fish have already been spawned. But this year there's a freak winter. It snowed at Toledo Bend 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
And it's just totally got the fish messed up. We've got the moon coming the middle of March, and the fish are trying to come. We've got water temp running from 52 to 54 degrees. And the fish, there's a lot of fish up. There's not a lot of fish out deep. They're about 3/4 of the way in. So the guys are gonna fish shallow. They're gonna stay up against the bank. We've had big wind the last couple days. Today, we're supposed to have light wind. It's supposed to be, good. So hopefully it'll wind up being a great day for the guys. The lake was impounded in '68. They closed the dam, and they were talking about it taking 6 years to fill up. And had a freak rain up in the Sabine River on the north end. And what it did, this thing filled up in about 6 months. And what it did, it left about 75% of the timber in the lake. So the lake's full of timber. It's full of hydrilla. It's just a good all-around lake.
Toledo Bend offers some of the best fishing in the country. It's a reservoir on the Sabine River between Texas and Louisiana. Now it's 65 miles long and 10 miles wide. The lake covers 185,000 acres.
If you have a kayak, if you need any information, about Toledo Bend or where to put in, what to fish and all, feel free to give me a call. You can look on the website and be more than happy to help you any way possible.
So we came out of the mouth of the creek and we had just worked that one bank and decided now that the wind was up, the sun was up, the fish were probably gonna start biting. So we decided to work that same bank again. And my first cast, once we came out of the creek, I catch my best fish of the day at that time. I just can't catch up to your biggin, man.
Yeah, but you got me on numbers still for a little while.
This one's definitely an improvement though.
Good, they're getting bigger. I like to hear that.
Check out this fish. He's got a big old lump on him. Kind of weird, I don't know where that came from, but they're chunky. They're very, very healthy fish that are in here. They're quality little bass and they're a lot of fun. So I'll catch these all day.
Got a little runner. Come on out, dance for us, buddy. You gotta like a fish that's a little bit of a ham. It's actually not a bad fish. Chunk, 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 chunk.
Oh, another little guy. We want your big sister. Cool little guy. On the brush hog again. Off you go. I have a new favorite bait, this brush hog, and we'll see how it goes.
Here we go.
Oh.
How about that, Morgan?
What you got there, Keith? That looks like a good one. He's catching them. That's good. He's almost about halfway up to as many as I've caught. He's doing good.
I'm catching up slowly, having to use every advantage I can. I power poled down over these points. I'm fishing them really slowly with a brush hog now. Morgan's been catching his on a brush hog, so you know, when in Rome. Texas, Toledo Bend bass. We're gonna get more. See you, buddy.
Oh yeah, it's a good fish. Yeah, I think this is my nicest one of the day, maybe. Right on that log in the back. That log. All right. Yeah, finally. One that somewhat comes close to Keaton. Got a decent one.
Nice.
I don't know, 3-pounder.
Good, good, good. They're growing.
Check them out. Texas bass, baby, out of the Hobie. That's what it's all about. Thanks for joining us on Hobie Outdoor Adventures. We're gonna cut to a break. We'll see you later. Cheers.
This episode of Hobie Outdoor Adventures has been brought to you by Daiwa, advancing the sport of fishing. Hobie Polarized, trusted, quality, heritage. And by St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Keaton and Morgan are on Toledo Bend Lake, the last stop of this year's road trip.
There's one. I don't know if he's that big, but come on up, boy. This one was supposed to be one of Morgan's fish. I kind of jumped ahead of him and I shouldn't have. I apologize for catching your fish, Morgan.
Oh, you're welcome.
You can go back, buddy. Started off super foggy, cloudy, overcast, pretty cool. We kind of thought the weatherman had missed the forecast, but it's gotten better as we fished on today. And we've caught quite a few fish. They're getting a little bit bigger. The fishing's getting better. We've only got a few hours left because I've got to get Morgan back to California. He's got a flight to catch out of Austin. And that's the problem with these road trips is when they have to end, they have to end. But hopefully we'll keep fishing a little bit longer and end on a really good note.
I've been getting lots of little ones, but just shaking them off, so.
Yeah, me too.
Not even like letting you know about it.
You know, a little one in Texas is 3 pounds, just so you know. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. He's down the stumps. I can feel that line rubbing. He's got grass all over him. So it wasn't that big, it was a lot of grass. That fish felt like it was 8 or 9 pounds and all that junk. Pretty fish. You gotta like these Toledo Bend bass. You know, every one of these trips is successful, whether we're testing product, whether we're catching fish. You know, really our goal here is to just introduce more and more people to our Hobie kayaks and our product line, and just to show them that, hey, you can use this product where you live, on the waters you like to fish, and you can get out on the water much more often than you have been. These kayaks give you access to rivers, lakes, you know, oceans, streams, whatever you want to get on the water, wherever you live, there's water there that you can fish in a Hobie kayak. You know what, we have a great season planned. This was just stop one of our season, but I can promise you we're going to take you to a lot of exciting places and catch a lot of exciting species.
Part of Hobie Outdoor Adventures is that we kind of decide on a last-minute whim when we're going to go and film these TV shows. So we have trade shows and conferences and meetings and stuff to work out and find time in between. So as soon as we can get back on the road, we're going to go fish somewhere really exciting, and I hope you join us for our next adventure. Thanks a lot, man. It was really fun, and congrats on an awesome fish of the day.
Hey, well, you got me last trip, so it always evens out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Thank you guys for joining us, and catch us next week on Hobie Outdoor Adventures, where Morgan and I will be off to new and exciting places. We just don't know where yet. And go to Facebook, look us up, and tell us what you're doing. We want to know.
Hobie Fishing on Facebook. See ya.
Next week, don't miss the full coverage of the 2014 IFA Kayak Championship presented by Hobie. Kayak anglers from around the country will compete for the National Redfish Championship title and the latest Hobie Mirage Pro Angler. The fishing is so good, we lost count of how many bull reds were caught. Don't forget the 2015 Hobie Bass Open at Kentucky Lake in May. It's one of a series of U.S. and Canadian qualifying events for the 2015 Hobie Fishing Worlds. Log on to this link and register online now.